out of pocket. Who you think they talk about us? You out of pocket. Who you think they carry up for us? Get back in pocket. The world in a panic, the women is stranded, the men on the run. The profits abandoned, the law take advantage. The market is crashing, the industry wants to sleep in the box while they making a mockery following us. This ain't monopoly, watching for love. This ain't monogamy, y'all getting jumping on what the hell is that? I gotta relax when I feel. All my descendants, they come in my sleep and say I am too real. I'm done with the sensitive, taking it personal. Done with the black and the white, the wrong and the right. You hoping for change and miracles. I know the feelings that came with burials, cries. You ugly. You out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about us? You out of pocket. Who you think they carry up for us? Serving up for love, dancing in a drought. Tell her to the big step, but never lose a count. Venting in the safe house. Venting in the safe. Can I vent out my truth? I got nothing to lose. I got problems and pools. I can swim with my fate. Cameras moving whenever I'm moving. The family suing whatever I make. Murder is stacking. The president acting. The government taxing my funds in the bank. Homies subtracting the fence when I'm breaking. Look at my reaction. My pupils on skates. Hold up.
Let's think about this for a second. Tell me what you would do for status. When you show your show, no credit. When you show your bro for leverage.
What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant? What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant? You out of pocket, yeah, you out of pocket. You entertain the mediocre, need to stop it. You entertaining old friends when they toxic. What your life like? You gossip. What the is council culture, dog? Say what I want about you. I'm like Oprah, dog. I treat you like I'm Jigga. Watch I own it all. Oh, you worry about a critic? That ain't protocol.
Downstairs. You mean? Girl, I told you I'd be ready. You always got excuses and you know I be on top of things. Punctual my proper name. On the dot is not your aim. Although we in love, we are not the same. I hit you on that celly. You said you needed 5, that was more than 12 ago. Claim you got your hands tied, time stuck like Velcro. Georgia peach on east side like it's ATL. You lacking, you tripping, you slacking, impatient, be waiting, confused like what happened. You get attitude cause I'm getting mad, cause you wanna take 20 minutes and a half. And on top of that, I gotta get gas out of the freeway, pick up traffic. What the is you doing? We gotta dip. Cardi, yeah. Watch your tick. Waiting for that last minute for your hell. Now stop playing games, go and bring your downstairs. Come on, girl, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Cause you know that time that you wasting, like time that you wasting, like time that you wasting on my time. Come on, girl, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Cause you know that time that you wasting, like time that you wasting, like time that you wasting on my time.
The usual sea of red here in this venerable stadium has been turned white as we are high above snowy Arrowhead Stadium in KC. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Portland Snowhawks and the Kansas City Chiefs. The snow continuing to pile up at game time. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip, and I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Now the first pass of the afternoon is complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Night.
To throw again on second down, Murray. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. First and 10. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what...
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. With another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Snowhawks are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Extra point through the Snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. On first down, Carrington. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's second and 3. Murray now to throw. just get rid of it.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Murray. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Snowhawks are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
The score, Snowhawks 14, Chiefs nothing.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. Now Murray off play action. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Murray now on 1st down. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they did...
And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll work this down inside the 30. The one thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around. Mahomes now on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter from Arrowhead, it's the Chiefs in possession. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 31, Murray throwing, completing, quick to Calvin Ridley. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. First down, Murray. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Snowhawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Point after, up and good. And it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Patrick Mahomes, he can do everything. Back and let it fly. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, it's Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Mahomes will try again on second down. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Room here to run. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. To throw, it's Murray. And his throw here is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On second down now, Carrington. And some room to work. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown. A big play there. With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Snowhawks continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 28-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Point after here coming up. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
And my goodness, another interception. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now?
And he fires one that's intercepted. There goes Green, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So maybe some signs of life. This has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return the interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Murray going to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Snowhawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Now Mahomes, open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Yellow. Hey, 43.
Cooper, the man in motion left. Mahomes now on 1st down. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day, and I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. And he's giving me the evil eye, folks. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now it's Mahomes again. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing now is Mahomes. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Partner, we read a great article this week arguing for him to be Defensive Player of the Year. Normally, sacks are the big thing that people point to, but what he's done in the secondary has been something special.
It has been, because it's been an all-around game for him. Taking the ball away, rushing the quarterback, and sacking him himself, doing a number of different things that change the way the game is played.
And now here is another interception. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that, that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. A final shot before half for Murray. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards. Throwing now is Murray. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Murray's throw taken in by Ridley here. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Now. And it'll be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A 3rd quarter action from Kansas City, 2nd down and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And there's... Continue here.
Intended for Travis Kelce. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Mahomes. And now here is another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been up.
And this is going to be intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 57 yards. And the Chiefs are able to claw one back. Extra point splits the uprights, so they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Play action. Now it's Murray. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Now Mahomes, and just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete. He has still not connected on a single pass in this second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Looking downfield for Kelsey. And my goodness, another interception. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
On play action, it's Murray. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago. Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
They're going for it. It's Murray. And now here is another interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A lack of discipline defensively on fourth down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Carrington. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. There's Murray. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now a give, right side. Carrington. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there, with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Snowhawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's a give up the middle. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one's on the former Patriot, Joe Tooney. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 8.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This time it's 3rd and 3. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. from the 29. Murray. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. A quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's got it reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. George Karlaftis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Murray and company going for it on 4th. And Ingram hauls it in. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Back to throw it, Murray. And the Chiefs are going to get him. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. To try again after the sack, Murray. And now here is another interception. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. The ball comes out, and the offense is going to get the ball back. After all that, heck, it'll be a first down. Goodness, nobody wanting to hold on to that football. 2 fumbles, one by each team on the same play. Not something you see every week.
No, not at all. And you and I both know how important possessions are nowadays in the NFL because there's not much difference between teams. So when you get a chance for a takeaway, you've got to hold on to the football yourself. Don't give it right back to him.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. To throw, it's Murray. Rolling to his right. And his pass, incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
On 3rd down, Carrington, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Murray sets to throw on 4th. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
Not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously, such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day,
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine.